Okay, so we are going to make a VR maze, I think. I've been having some troubles with the 2017, the 2018. I don't even know if my Visual Studio editor is working at this point, but what the heck, let's give it a shot, okay? So you should have this pretty well set up. You don't really need to do much um, based on what we did in class, right? So if you follow along in that video, you should be fine at this point, okay? Some things that you do want to work on, just in case, make sure you double check, is you want to go to your build settings and pick the right one. So I want this to be iOS because I want to work on my phone. So I'm going to say switch platform. Some weird things are going to happen. All these assets, goodness gracious. Now, if you wanted, for those of you who want, you could actually plug your phone in, just with a USB or something like that, and it would actually emulate. And I think there's a way to get like that emulator to deploy directly on it. I don't know if you do it in Unity or if it has to action through Xcode, but either way you could do it. I don't know how long this is going to take, but you might want to fast forward through this part. Oh, well, that wasn't too terrible. The other thing you want to do is you want to go to player settings and make sure, so it says default company name, you're going to need something there. I'm going to say IIT like I always do. Other settings, yeah, I want to change that to down here. It says company to IIT. I don't think much else here. If you did pick Android, you remember that you have to change it. You can't do Jelly Bean. You got to do Kit Kat, Lollipop, Marshmallow, Nougat, Naug, whatever that is, and Oreo. And then, of course, at the bottom on both of these, so right now I'm an Android, yeah, you have to make sure you say virtual reality supported. And you want to add the cardboard. And then same thing here, XR settings, that says this is now in the iOS. You want to make sure that this is empty. You want to make sure that you add cardboard. Okay? So those are just the two things that you want to make sure you do. All right, cool. So next up is kind of dealing with the scene here, okay? So we have everything here normally. We have the main camera, we have the directional light. I don't know why I'm concerned about the way this looks right now, but I'm going to be okay. But one thing, if you click on this main camera here, oh goodness, I'm going to save this as something. So save scene as VRMaze. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I have my main camera, and one thing I want you to see over here is the position is, I don't know why it's -10, but I'm going to leave that for now as is. All of these things are fine, but it says skybox here. See, it says skybox. Now, skybox is literally what you think it is. It's the sky and the box that is encapsulating your Unity project. Well, I want to put like a material on that or a skin like I do just about everything else in Unity, just so it doesn't look like that. So I'm going to put a little bit of character in it. So what you can do is go to the asset store. I have it here. If it's not accessible to you, you can go up to Window and then choose Asset Store. Okay. When you do that, it'll load up. It'll take a little bit. And you just want to search for a skybox. So you can say skybox. We want free ones, right? So go to skybox, say free only. And then there's tons of them here, right? Look at them all. Look at them all. Okay. Then when you click on it, you're going to go to import here. See, import. All of this stuff happens. And I want you to notice, see down here, it just says assets, Google VR scenes. Well, here's everything that I want, of course. I'm going to say import. And when I do, now all of a sudden down here in my little project panel, not all of a sudden, apparently it takes a little bit longer than I thought. Oh, come on, it's a couple pictures, dude. All right, you're going to want to fast forward through this part too. Ah. Cripes. Oh, yay, we did it. So now you can see down here at the bottom, in the assets, it says, so mine was called Cope Freeze by. So now it's down here and it's accessible, okay? So I'm going to go back to my scene, make sure everything's okay. And all you have to do, just like the wonderful drag and drop interface, I'm going to pick, I'm going to do the sunset. So you just literally, I wonder if I can just click on it. No, you have to drag it. Oh, see how quickly that worked? All I did was drag it on there, and here it is, right? You want to make sure you go up to your main camera and that the skybox is checked. So if yours didn't work, if it didn't automatically do that, you want to make sure that it's not one of these other ones and it actually is skybox. And then you're good. I don't think that's going to, I'm just going to hit play here just to see what happens. Okay, that's what happens, so nothing. Okay, so that's that. Next up, we want to make sure we want to make this VR. So we're going to go to the Google VR and prefab. Oh, here it is. We want this Google. Remember the VR emulator? So we're going to plop that out there. Okay. We know that's working because here it is. See that? It says Alt, move mouse. Now when I preview it, I'll make this just a little bit bigger for you. You can see that I can look around. See that? I mean, just by putting that skybox in there, I've created a pretty nice VR looking thing here. Arizona, maybe? I don't know where we are, but it's nice. Nice little sunset and all that. Yeah. One thing that you want to make sure you do, if you do hit play on this, make sure you untoggle that, because if you build in the play mode and then take it out of play mode, yeah, not the best. Now, I don't know if I want to do I want to put this in here? Let's try that. Let's see what that does. I want to make sure I'm putting everything in the right spot. So I'm either going to put, and I think it's the other way around actually. Whoop! Looking down, look at all that stuff. So I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm either going to put the VR emulator in the main camera or the main camera in the VR emulator. I don't know. But next up, we're going to start building. We're just going to make a maze, okay? Which is good because I want you to just be able to and be confident in building in Unity. Not that we have to do it forever, but my goal here is there's 26 of us in this class. If 2 of you get interest in Unity and just run with it, that's a win, right? But what I want to do is I'm going to first make a plane here. So let me just show you what I want to do. There's my plane. There's my picture. I want to make that just a bit bigger, right? So I'm going to say 10, tab 10. Whoa, tab 10. So all I did was make that 10, 10, 10, 10, and then where is it? So that's clearly not the right way to go. Wait, where is this damn? Well, here it is. Found the plane. Okay. And I think I want my main camera to go in there. right? See if this works. It's one or the other, and I just can't remember which one it is. Oh, there. Okay, so there's my plane. I don't like where my camera's positioned because it's not allowing me to see the plane. But that's okay. That's okay. Can I move it? Which I think I'm going to. I'm going to move my... Can I move this? Just a little bit up, maybe like that. It's going to get changed because we're going to put gravity on it, but I just want to make sure that when I'm out here I can see it. Is that it? Oh, cool. That's much better. Okay, great. Awesome. So, no big deal. We just have our plane, which it's 1 by 1. I thought I made that a lot bigger. I did. Okay, 10 by 10. Okay. So we're good. So now all we have to do is kind of build our maze. This is going to take a while to a degree. I don't want you to get too into it. Actually, that's a lie. I do want you to get into it. I don't want you to get too into my video. And all I did was go out to the Googles here. I did the google.com/images. And once I did that, I Googled, let's see, so maze.png. And just grab one of these. And all you're going to do is use this as a reference so you can trace it, okay? Then I also did grass. And with this grass, it's going to be the texture. And you'll see. So just grab a grass or grab a brick. You decide whatever the heck it is that you want to do. I'm just showing you what I did. And I'm going to go to my assets here. Once I'm in my assets, I don't have anything going on except for the stuff that I put in. You just grab, so there's my grass. You just grab that. And that's a pretty big picture, so that's going to be a while. I'm going to have to let that spin and spin and spin. And there it is. You can see the grass plopped in there, okay? Then there's my maze. Hey, there's my maze. Drag that in there. And there I have my materials. So that's nothing crazy, right? You're not fainting. That's fine. And what I'm going to do is grab this maze, and you'll see once I put it on here, like I do most textures, now I'm going to be able to go just there. So there's my maze, and all I have to do is now trace, okay? I'm not going to do this exact. I'm just going to go ahead and build. Fast forward through this. I'm not going to mess around with it. I want you to if you can. But I'm going to go ahead and build my maze now. So to do that, I'm just going to right click, 3D object. I'm going to do cube. I'm going to make my cube just to begin. Whoa. So there's my cube, you see. And I'm going to build. Let's see, so if you see what I'm doing here, all I'm doing is making this kind of bigger. And I did that, and I don't want it to be, where's my position? So X, I want that to be 0. No, I don't. That was silly. That was silly. But there we go. And I'm going to do options, see how tall that is. So I definitely want that to be in a different position. And maybe a little bit. So if you hit on if you have the cube, see I have it selected, cube. I'm going to hit R. And when I hit R, do you see how they turn into little squares like that? So now it's a way for me to scale that. So I'm just making this a little bit bigger. And then W makes it go back. This is just keyboard shortcuts, right? Makes it go back to that. So now that I have this kind of set up, I'm just going to grab my grass here, put it on here, and there you go. That looks weird. I don't know why, but whatever. Why does it look brown? Whatever. So now all I'm going to do is click on this, do Command C, Command V, and move this down here. Whoa. Command C, Command B. Move this. Whoa! Wrong way. Wrong way. Where's the red one? There we go. So move this here. Okay. And then R, make it smaller. W, move it where I want. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to make the quickest maze that I possibly can. There. And to move these things, so Command C, Command V. So now I have another wall. If I hit E, I can kind of, whoa, not that way. So 0, if you look in the top right, I think this is the one I want to do 90. Yeah. So there we go. So now I can just move this wherever I want. Okay. It's clearly not a square. I thought it was, but it's not. And, oh, wait, I don't want to do that. I need an entranceway, don't I? Hey, I need that. Okay, good. Great. So I'm just going to keep doing this. I know, I hope you're not watching all of this and that you're fast forwarding. Too many planes, don't do that. Gripes. Okay, so not the most difficult maze, but a maze nonetheless, right? And now I want to cover that up, so I'm going to go back to my materials. Do I have any materials on here? Any neater ones? Where's my asset ones? Asset. I don't have those anymore. No? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. I'm going to do this one. This is just ones that I have. You don't have to do this. Maybe it's the brickwork that I want. No, it is not. Wait for it. Totally unnecessary, I guess. All right, fine. So I'm just gonna grab this here, maybe put that on the floor. Ooh, see? That's nice. Option, I'm gonna move my camera about a little bit. So that's just my maze. I know it's not the greatest, and hopefully you actually follow the pattern. But you can see what this has got going on here, right? So next up, all you have to do is I want to go ahead and add to this here. So once I have this set, you want to come over here. See, it says grunge brick wall. That's my material that I put on that. I want to go to my normal map, and we did this in class too. You want to turn that and make that thing floor normal. Floor normal. It's like a setting. Normal floor, maybe it's called. Is that not what I want to do? Yeah. I don't know where it is. None. So I want to make, why is that not? Maybe it's on the plane that I want to do it on. It is on the plane. All right, we'll keep it at that for now. It should work, but it's just for when we go to put gravity on it. I want to make sure that it works well. So there is my maze, not the most difficult of mazes. Again, I hope you did yours pretty decent, unlike I did. But now we're set, okay? So I'm going to do and play this. And it looks like that. So I certainly need to... Oh, actually, no. This is pretty much how it's going to be. Do you see that? So we are here. We're in it. We are stuck right in our maze, which I like. So we can look around. I don't know where it is exactly, but we are in this maze, and we're good. Where is my camera? What? That was such an awkward place for it. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. And now I'm going to wonder, what are the chances it resets? Actually, I want to do here because I want to put gravity on it. So now let's see what happens. All right, cool. So now we're in there. Now we're good to go. Look around. Oh gosh, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Oh gosh, so scary. So I'm in my maze. We're good to go. I have it all set up real nice. And now the only thing that we have to do is start adding some components to the camera, because just like we did before where we added the, in the class, what we did was we made that a player. I'm not going to make it a player this time. I'm going to make it the actual viewport player, I guess. So that is what's happening next in part 2 of this. Okay?